This is David, you're watching Btekt, and this video is sponsored by Direct Mobiles. For the best mobile deals, check out directmobiles.co.uk. For Huawei fans, the wait is over, and the P40 series has just launched in an online event. A P40 Pro's just landed on my desk, so let's get it unboxed and I'll give you all the details about the new P40 series. This one has turned up just a couple of hours before the launch event, so I really haven't had much time to do my usual style of video, so this is going to be quite a rough unboxing, but rest assured we'll have plenty of our usual content with this device very soon. This one comes in matte silver, and this particular model has 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. This is a 6.58-inch OLED panel with 2460 by 1200 resolution and with a 90Hz refresh rate. I can tell you from experience that these displays definitely drain your power faster when you have them running in 90Hz mode, opposed to running in 60Hz. But Huawei have said that this display will be very power efficient even in 90Hz mode. The screen is what Huawei call an overflow quad curve display. If you're the type of person that doesn't like a curved screen, then you might want to stay away from this one and go for the P40 instead. That has a flat OLED panel. But here we've got strong curves on all 4 sides with just the corners protected by the frame. We also get an in-display fingerprint scanner improved for 2020. Both the size and the speed of this scanner have been increased by 30%, which should bring it on par with regular capacitive scanners. This is great news for me. It might seem like a small detail for some, but if you think about how many times a day you unlock your phone, for me, the method of unlocking has to be reliable and fast. Companies like Oppo have got the in-display scanner tech locked down now, sorry, no pun intended, and it is super quick, so it will be interesting to see how this one compares. On the back, we've got a quad camera system for the P40 Pro. It's actually sort of an evolution on the camera system that we saw in the P30 Pro. It still has the same or very similar capabilities as the older P30 Pro, but expect everything to be greatly enhanced. So the focal lengths are pretty much the same. If you look really closely at the camera module on the back, it does state the same focal lengths as the P30 Pro, 18 to 125mm. That can be said for the rear cameras, but not for the front. This time we've got dual punch hole selfie cameras. Both are 32 megapixel units and both are capable of shooting video at 4K 60 frames per second. Which is definitely the way to go now. Long gone are the days where your front camera would not compare quality-wise with the rear. Focal lengths may be similar, but we're definitely not using the same hardware. This time there's a 50 megapixel main ultra-vision RYYB sensor. This is a new and very large sensor at 1.128 inches, and Huawei say that it has the highest light intake and dynamic range while also having the lowest noise levels. There's also a new phase detect autofocus system that should give us millisecond quick AF speeds. Complementing this sensor is a 40 megapixel cine sensor, a similar thing to what they put in the Mate 30 Pro. This sensor is covered with an ultra wide angle lens. We also get the 5x periscope optical zoom, but this time and for the first time, Huawei have paired it with one of their RYYB type sensors. This is good for a 5x optical zoom and a 10x hybrid zoom and up to 50x digital zoom. But we are promised improved quality and stabilization, as well as object tracking at long range. Of course, the last lens on the back, which is the smallest one there, is the time of flight sensor. This is a 5G enabled device running on the Kirin 990 5G, but Huawei have engineered a new ISP onto that chip, or image signal processor, which is basically the brains of the camera. We get an enhanced suite of imaging algorithms as well, and this will be the 3rd generation of Huawei's AI camera, and will use Huawei's XD Fusion engine for its photos. But if you ask me, the P30 Pro was always outstanding with its photos, but it did tend to lag behind a little bit with its video. But I think that Huawei have addressed this problem now with the P40 Pro. We get the ultra slow motion that we saw in the Mate 30 Pro with 7,680 frames per second. The video ISO is now much higher at 51,000, and there's an audio zoom feature which will allow you to focus the audio on whatever the camera is zoomed into. The upgraded Kirin 990 5G chip inside the P40 series phones supports more 5G bands than before, as well as Wi-Fi 6 Plus, allowing for maximum download speeds of 2.4 gigabits per second. In the battery department, there hasn't really been an increase in capacity. It's a 4,200 mAh battery that still has a charging speed of 40 watts. Really, there isn't anything to complain about here because battery life in the P30 Pro was always excellent. Yeah, it would be nice if they could increase the size slightly or even the charging speed, but if they're going to focus more of their efforts into the camera, then I can see why they've kept it as it is. I've got to say, smartphones are just getting harder and harder to review nowadays because they come packed with so much more features. I'm going to get stuck into the P40 Pro now whilst in lockdown, and I'll be reporting back tomorrow with a more detailed look at the camera and the special features of this device. So make sure you're subbed to Btekt and hit that notification bell so you know every time we post a video. And if you want to find the best possible deals for the Huawei P40 series, then go and check out the Direct Mobile's website. Compare all of the available deals with all of the networks right there on the one website, and they have over 24 years of award-winning customer service, so you're in great hands. Direct Mobiles is there to find you the best possible price. Their link is in the video description below, or search directmobiles.co.uk. And that's it for me. Thanks for watching. More on the P40 Pro tomorrow. I'm David. This is Btekt.